3:07, the judge.
All right, I'd like to call the City Council meeting of June 15, 2023 to order. Roll call, please.
Alderwoman Ames. Here. Alderman Catalano.
Here.
Alderman Currielli.
Here.
Alderman Jacob.
Here.
Alderman Messina. Alderman Sismarski.
Here.
Alderman Hartwoods.
Here.
Alderman Hardy-Woods.
Here.
Mayor, please.
Here, I declare a quorum. Please stand and join the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. As a reminder to all of us, the microphones are now and the video is all active, so please, when speaking, turn your microphones on. First up, need a motion to approve the minutes of June 1st, 2023.
So moved.
Second.
Comments, questions, or corrections? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That passes. Do any citizens wish to be heard on matters not listed on the agenda? No written communique. Mayor's report, I have nothing this evening. Mr. Murmas, manager's report.
Just two quick items. The city has recently experienced large amounts of grease entering the sewer system in certain areas. Unfortunately, grease can cause issues with our collecting sewers. Please visit the city website for information on how to properly dispose of grease. That's one item. Number two, our first cruise night show, our first cruise night car show is scheduled for Monday, June 19th. The event takes place at Wooddale Road and Commercial Street from 5 to 8 p.m. That concludes my report.
Thank you. Next, consent agenda. If no objections, we have 4 items on the consent agenda.
Make a move to pass the consent agenda.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Roll call.
Alderwoman Ames.
Yes.
Alderman Catalano.
Yes.
Alderman Currielli.
Yes.
Alderman Jacob.
Yes.
Alderman Sismarski.
Yes.
Alderman Hartwoods.
Yes.
Alderman Hardy-Woods.
Yes.
And that passes. Next, we need a motion to approve the items on the consent agenda. Item number 1, an ordinance amending chapters 4 and 6 of the City of Wooddale Municipal Code prohibiting vehicle work and maintenance activity on public property. An ordinance, item number 2, an ordinance amending the master fee schedule of the City of Wooddale, specifying the fees for chapters 4 and 6 of the City of Wooddale Municipal Code prohibiting vehicle work and maintenance activity on public property. Item number 3, a resolution approving additional work authorization number 1 to the agreement between the City of Wooddale Engineering Resource Associates for the Ward 1 drainage and flood improvement study in an amount not to exceed $14,190. Item number 4, an ordinance amending Chapter 6 of the City of Wooddale Municipal Code, amending the time frame for placement of refuse carts for collection. Do I have a motion?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Roll call.
Alderwoman Ames.
Yes.
Alderman Catalano.
Yes.
Alderman Currielli.
Yes.
Alderman Jacob.
Yes.
Alderman Sismarski.
Yes.
Alderman Hartwoods.
Yes.
Alderman Hardy-Woods.
Yes.
And that passes. Next, committee chairman reports. Let the minutes show that Alderman Messina has arrived at 7:34. Planning and zoning, Alderman Catalano.
No report, Mayor.
Thank you. Public health and safety, Alderman Currielli.
2 reports, Mayor. First, a resolution amending Section 2 of the City of Wooddale Personnel Manual to remove the restriction against the rehiring of city retirees.
Is that your motion?
My motion.
Second. Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any questions on this? Alderman Currielli?
I have 2 things. Maybe the city attorney could look at Section 4, because I think it could be read that the provisions apply to elected officials as well as city employees? And if I
Mr.
read
Bond.
that correct?
Let me grab that section real quick.
It's page 26.
He had it on.
What section again was that?
Section 4 of the resolution.
And I'm sorry, your question again, my apologies.
Does that, it says the ordinance and resolutions or parts thereof conflict with the provisions of the resolution or to the extent such conflict hereby repealed. So my question was, in the ordinance, that electeds are still required to take 18 months before they can be hired. Does this
Mr. Bond.
repeal that?
It does not.
Okay. The wording
yeah.
is correct. It's-
Correct, yeah.
okay.
And that's a general provision, so that if there is a provision in another section of the code that wasn't addressed, this would address that to make this,
Okay.
that would not impact that section you're referencing.
And then section 6, it says, directed to publish this ordinance. It's an ordinance or resolution?
The,
Bond.
yeah, the item that you've got before you is a resolution. Resolution and ordinances are published in the same fashion.
Okay.
And technically, they're not published anymore. Used to have to publish them for 7 to 10 days prior to the ordinances or resolutions being effective. That's why they had an effective date thereafter. The publication now is simply making it available on the website, so those are used interchangeable in this instance. And that's why if you see section 4, for all ordinances and resolutions, so it's intended to encompass both for
Okay, thank you.
publication purpose.
Anything else?
No.
Any other questions? Roll call.
Alderman Currielli,
Yes.
Alderman Messina,
Yes.
Alderwoman Ames,
Yes.
Alderman Catalano,
Yes.
Alderman Jacob,
Yes.
Alderman Sismarski,
Yes.
Alderman Art Woods,
No.
Alderman Artie Woods.
No.
Okay, that passes.
One more item,
Yes,
Mayor.
go ahead.
A resolution seeking to approve a labor agreement between the City of Wooddale and Metropolitan Alliance of Police, Wooddale Police Chapter Number 339. That's my motion.
Second.
Questions on this? Roll call.
Alderman Currielli,
Yes.
Alderman Messina,
Yes.
Alderwoman Ames,
Yes.
Alderman Catalano,
Yes.
Alderman Jacob,
Yes.
Alderman Sismarski,
Yes.
Alderman Art Woods,
Yes.
Alderman Artie Woods.
Yes.
Okay, and that passes.
That concludes my report, Mayor.
Thank you. Public Works, Alderman Jacob.
I have one item. Approval of final payment to Fowler Enterprises LLC for the floodplain property buyout demolitions in an amount not to exceed $30,630. That'll be my motion.
Second?
We have a motion and a second. Questions? Roll call.
Alderman Jacob,
Yes.
Alderwoman Ames,
Yes.
Alderman Catalano,
Yes.
Alderman Currielli,
Yes.
Alderman Messina,
Yes.
Alderman Sismarski,
Yes.
Alderman Art Woods,
Yes.
Alderman Artie Woods.
Yes.
And that passes. Does that conclude?
That concludes my report.
Thank you. Finance and Administration, Alderwoman Ames.
I have one item, Mayor. A resolution authorizing an agreement between the City of Wooddale and Avemco Insurance Company for weather insurance in the amount not to exceed $12,442.10.
Second.
That is my motion.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Just one question for the staff. So the price is now $12,442, but years ago when we started this, it was much cheaper. I know a lot of the members here might not have been here, so I just, for clarification. Wilbur, go ahead.
Yeah, so in years prior, the city has obtained weather insurance. The way that the quote for the policy is determined is based on the hours of coverage as well as the total revenues for the fest. Those two factors are also taken into consideration along with the threshold that the city decides to include for the total amount of rain collected during the hours of the fest.
All right, thank you. Alderman Woods, you had another question? Go ahead.
Yeah, what's the maximum or outer limits of the policy, maximum payout?
Wilbur?
Let me 1 second. That would be maximum coverage, for, are you asking in total or per day?
In total?
67,000. And that's the aggregate sum insured.
Any follow-ups?
Nope.
Alderman Currielli?
I have a question. The premium is like 18.6% of the total payout. Why wouldn't we self-insure under this situation? If, for example, we had a rainstorm on the first day, we were rained out, we'd get $10,000, that would even cover the premium, correct?
Mr. Ibarras?
So I'm sorry, I'm not understanding the question.
The
Go ahead, Alderman Currielli.
The question is, why don't we self-insure? Because the...
Can we self-insure? Mr. Bond? Out of curiosity.
Well, you basically, self-insure would be you'd have nothing, and you would eat the cost of the bands and the other out-of-pocket costs. So you're not, technically, you wouldn't self-insure the incident or the event. What you would do is just pick up the expenses
Right.
themselves.
But that's what I mean, right. Why wouldn't we do that with these costs? I mean, the premium is quite significant.
Well, just so, and that's why I wanted him to speak on this. So when we first started this years ago, it's like under $3,000. But naturally, the fest has grown a little bit and whatnot. The threshold is technically, was it a quarter inch of rain in an hour or something?
It's a quarter inch of rain for the total hours of the operation. So on the first day of the fest, we have hours of operation from 5 to 9 p.m. So anytime between that period, if we get the quarter inch of rain, we would then be eligible for coverage.
Go ahead, Ms. Alderman
So
Currielli.
what if there was, say, a deluge on Thursday and no rain Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, but so much rain on Thursday that the whole fest was canceled? Would we just be covered for $10,000 on the day that the rain occurred?
So
Mr. Ibarras?
each day has a different amount of total coverage. So for example, on the 29th, we have hours of coverage from 1 to 11 p.m. Sum insured for that is 25,000. So it varies, again, based on the date and the hours of operation.
But if
Go ahead,
we're-
follow up.
I'm sorry. If we're rained out on Thursday, it's the only day it rains, do we only get paid the $10,000 for Thursday and not the $25,000 for Saturday?
Mr. Ibarras?
That is correct.
Okay.
Right, insurance is only when something happens. That's basically it. Do you have a follow-up?
Yeah,
ahead.
one more. What if instead of rain, we have like a windstorm?
No,
We're not covered.
no, it's
This-
this is strictly rain event. Alderman Messina, you were first?
He asked the
Oh,
question.
okay. Alderman Jacob, go ahead.
Couple questions. First of all, have we ever actually collected, I don't recall if we ever collected money
I
from the
think
insurance in the
once,
past. Once out of,
Mr. Wilson, one time, is that correct? Yeah, one time.
okay.
Yes.
And
Go
then,
ahead, follow up.
next question would be, if we didn't have the insurance, what's our daily costs? I mean, what would we have to,
It depends what day it rains. So if it rains on Saturday or Sunday, the bigger days, that's, again, it's insurance. And that's why, when I saw the number, I'm like, I remember the number being a lot less, but the way it was explained to me, I'm like, okay, but it's like buying car insurance. You have car insurance, if you never get into an accident, well, you paid for nothing, but that's the way it works.
okay.
Follow up?
No, that's it. Thank you.
Any other questions?
Home insurance.
Roll call.
Alderwoman Ames.
Yes.
Alderman Sismarski.
Yes.
Alderman Catalano.
Yes.
Alderman Currielli,
No.
Alderman Jacob,
Yes.
Alderman Messina,
Yes.
Alderman Art Woods,
No.
Alderman Artie Woods.
No.
And that passes. Does that conclude your report?
Yes, it does. It concludes my report. Thank you.
Thank you. Under other business, just one item. So under the airport noise, so there was a tollway meeting this week. I know it's not the airport, but so the tollway is in the process of on the north side of installing the ALSF-2 approach lighting sequence flashers. That's the lights for the runway on the north side, and as they build the bridges, they have to also raise the lights. So that is also part of the dilemma on the north side of the airport, just for nights. So just want to give that update.
Mayor,
Alderman Jacob?
does that take care of the problem why they can't land there?
So
Live next to an airport.
basically, if it's, early morning and if it's not pure daylight, that's probably why they move more to the south. But again, that's just my opinion. I heard that. I figured I'd bring that up. Go ahead, Alderman Jacob.
I'm also assuming this is like a multi-year project. This isn't going to be done in like 3 months or anything.
Well, they're supposed to get, their tollway's only doing one at a time. I think the airport was finishing up one to the north, the northern runway, and these are for the 9 center and 9 right.
Thank you.
Okay, approval list of bills, Alderwoman Ames.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the list of bills for June 15th, 2023 for $911,110.05.
Second?
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any questions? All right, roll call.
Alderwoman Ames,
Yes.
Alderman Currielli,
Yes.
Alderman Catalano,
Yes.
Alderman Jacob,
Yes.
Alderman Messina,
Yes.
Alderman Sismarski,
Yes.
Alderman Art Woods,
Yes.
Alderman Artie Woods.
Yes.
And that passes.
Got a question for some. Yes, Alan,
Ask him a question about what?
the street, is payment finalized on Catalpa Street yet? There were issues.
Mr. Lang?
There were issues on it.
It is not. We expect the final payment to be received probably next month, and we'll bring it before the council for final approval.
Were the punch
Okay.
list, the things I listed to you checked?
The punch list is being developed right now and will be handed to the contractor, and then they'll work to address those items before final payment.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. We have no executive session, no items to be referred. I need a motion to adjourn.
I'll make the motion.
Have a
Second.
second? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? We're adjourned.